Nervous system overload is happening with a lot of people right now. So I want to do a quick video about ways to support your nervous system, why we have these overload feelings where our heart is beating out of our chest, maybe heart palpitations. You could be feeling shaky, just so sensitive to every single thing, noises or lights. Just many different things happen during the ascension process. Because remember, our nervous system is our light body. So as we synthesize and embody higher vibrational, higher dimensional frequencies, we integrate these with the physical. This is literally energy, electricity moving through our nervous system. So there's many reasons why we can have that overload. So I'm going to go into many different things today and also give you a lot of different practical ways to calm the nervous system immediately. So we'll talk about everything today on Earth 1111. Another pressure cooker of energies. Things have been intensifying since the timeline jump that the whole collective went through on November 12th. This was during the 1111 portal. We really detached ourselves from where we were orientated in the time-space continuum, and now we are integrating ourselves and the entire collective, the entire planet, into a higher timeline. So we're going to be seeing a lot of shifts happening in the world, a lot of weather changes, maybe storms, floods, earthquakes happening as Mother Gaia integrates these new higher timelines fully. And of course in your own life. So you could be feeling confusion, almost impossible to sleep, emotional issues. You could be feeling anxiety, lots going on. So we're in the middle of a massive release, death of our old life and our old identities as we rebirth ourselves anew. For more, check out Earth 1111 YouTube. It's Roxanne, this is Earth 1111. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment, like, and share the video. It really helps my videos get seen to more people on YouTube. So thanks so much. And I wanted to do this video because a lot of people were messaging me about that they are in that overload feeling. This is also related to the Kundalini, which I'll be talking about in tomorrow's video. And I've actually added a lot of diagrams and animations to show you guys exactly what it is. Because there is a lot of misinformation out there about Kundalini. Watch for that tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe. But I want to talk to today about the nervous system, because that really leads into talking about Kundalini, because it's really one and the same thing. But when our nervous system is in overload, it can be a scary moment, right? We can have this go on for weeks or months at a time, where we just are in that complete panic mode, or constantly tense, feeling like our heart is beating out of our chest, like we can't take a breath. Really hard to calm down during these times, these episodes where we are just, like I said, it can be very scary when you feel like you're about to die, right? I've had quite a few videos where I've mentioned this, but I go into more about helping these as well in my other video, Ascension Symptom Crisis. So make sure you watch that after this video. But I want to talk today about why the nervous system gets so shot during Ascension, and also especially ways to calm it and why we are in that state. So remember that everything's a teaching tool. So your life is always talking to you. So one of the reasons why we have this nervous system overload, it could be because we're not listening when our body is trying to get you to rest, or trying to check you out of a certain situation, a timeline. It's trying to get you out of that, I wouldn't say danger, but I'd say the energy that's really not compatible with yours. And so you will feel it as far as things like anxiety, or you might be just feeling always that tension when you're around certain people, certain environments, places, crowds. And of course, when you are consuming negative information. So always remember that the less that you can be stimulated, because your nervous system, right, can be overstimulated with just all of this negative energy going on. We live in times of transformation right now. There's a lot of chaos out there, and you pretty much have to have your heart completely closed to not be affected by all of this negative energy out there and this information, this propaganda 24/7, right? That fear is everywhere because everyone is constantly feeding that fear. And that's the game they play to try to keep us stuck in those low timelines. So again, that's for other videos, but just remember that when you are having that nervous system overload, check out of social media, get off the computer, get off the TV, everywhere that we interact with, not just the news, but everything in our life is programmed to keep you in that fight or flight response, right? To make you react, get angry or rage or in fear or worried about, everything. So the more that you can detach from all of this really nonsense and, just this constant bombardment with fear energies, the more you're going to be feeling better. So try to step out of all of these artificial energies, which is of course everything out there in society. So try to have some of that alone time in nature. That's of course a very important thing, which I've mentioned many different times. But another thing you can do is realize that all types of stimulation, even like fast music or having other people in the house, all of these are constantly affecting us. So it's best to really put yourself in that calming environment. Listen to some soft flowing meditations. You can also do those visualizations. Those really help. So remember that your imagination is creating your reality, because your imagination imprints those plasma fields that then later on create the physical. So when we work directly with these, essentially it's kind of like the code that really creates the physical. So when we work with that, by calming that, by doing visualizations where we are calming ourselves, we are releasing energy. Because another thing too, with all these energies, what happens is we have so much amplified electricity going through the body. And we have a lot of traumas and things in the way that really, where we don't allow the energy to just flow, right? We are becoming a conduit, literally, of the divine. So this energy has to come through us, easily. So we have to become that waterfall, that river. And anytime that, we have tension or we have trauma in the body, then it essentially creates a blockage. And so we have, it's kind of like having a massive powered river. That's how powerful these energies that are moving through us right now are. And then putting a dam in, or throwing a big, boulder or a big log in there, or having the river all of a sudden change course, right? All of this creates blockages in that flow. So the energy that should just be flowing through you with ease, with clarity, is now hitting certain blockages. And so we feel that as tension, as our heart palpitating. We can feel that as we are shaking. I've had, again, I mentioned it many times, where I've had episodes where I'm on the ground seizuring with a huge Kundalini activation. But it's because I was resisting energy. So remember that you will never get more than what your body can handle. It's us that really seize up and stop that flow. So fear can do that. Of course, things like anger. Really get yourself into a place where you are knowing that you feel safe. Get into your body. You can, like I said, lay down on your back with your spine straight, or you can dance, you can go for a walk. Try to get into an environment where you are releasing energy. So you'll find when you have that nervous system overload that colors or lights or sounds will really affect you. So of course other people's energy really affects you, because we are becoming more empathic, because we are literally embodying spirit into the physical. So we end up feeling every distortion, whether it's in ourselves or other people. When we talk to ourselves and all these different parts of us that are in that fear, that feel like we're about to die, that don't think that we can make it out of this situation, or we're stuck or anything, when we parent them and we talk to them and we understand and tell them, actually, no, this is how it is. So really try to be the parent to all these freaked out aspects of you, because again, we are multiple soul aspects making up our identity and our oversoul body. So the more that you can get yourself into that place where you feel that you can just flow with the energy and surrender to it, and you're not resisting or trying to find out what it is, what's attacking you, the better you're going to be. So know that you are always safe. And like I said, Spirit will never give you more than what you can handle. And another thing that can really help with the heart palpitations, and again, the reason why we have a lot of issues around the heart, and of course, breathing, our lungs, our throat, all these different areas, is because this is really the center of our being, right? This ends up becoming a place where we have a lot of blockages, a lot of walls, a lot of traumas, of course, that have happened in our life. We just, put up all the walls around our heart. And then, of course, the higher heart, which is really the heart of the whole collective. And you can imagine all the different traumas that are held within that higher heart. So again, that's kind of between the heart and the throat area. So we end up having a lot of congestion in this area, which then stops the flow of energy just moving through the system. So a lot of times we need to breathe this energy out, and we need to visualize it draining out of us. This will stop it from being like a big knot all crunched up where, like I said, imagine that river of light flowing through you that hits this knot. So when we breathe out and we visualize all this energy, loosening, stretching, and allowing it to flow freely. So it's never hard. It's never like something that is physical. It's always flowy. We have to always allow this energy to flow and surround these blockages and not fight things. But when we allow them to just flow, then we will find that we have a lot less tension in the body. Because you can be having those times where you just have jerks, or you just can't relax. And all of this really keeps energy up in your head, so you're constantly in that loop of thinking, worrying, reacting. So we have to get our energy into our body. And like I said, this area right in here ends up becoming usually a blockage, so you don't allow your energy to be in balance between the head and the heart. Because literally you have all this bunked up in here. So we need to allow ourselves to visualize these energies just being released. And I always use the vertical column. That's how we want to release them. So we want to make space for them, right? And make them loose and open until we can get in there further. Versus trying to fight everything and rip things out of us and throw them into the river, and all these different techniques that we were taught back in the day with things like shamanism, that a lot of things don't really work anymore. So ways that we can support our nervous system, which is our light body building, is different herbs that really are calming. So lavender, chamomile, we can drink teas to really calm that nervous system. And we can also buy this tonic, this herb tonic, at any health food store called Motherwort. I know, weird name, Motherwort. And what this does is, this is a really calming to the nervous system, calming to the heart. So for me, it helped immediately. So within a day or so, all of this tension where energy would essentially get packed in this area, then my heart would beat. And so then I'd be in this heart palpitation, then I'd be gasping for breath, and then you'd be in a panic, right? So it's this whole thing that can happen when, if we just have the energy flowing through us, it's calming. We are just allowing it to flow. So motherwort can help. And like I said, many different teas, different herbs. Just go to a health food store and see what there is for the nervous system, for calming the nervous system, for heart palpitations. So any of those things would help, right? You don't want to be taking any type of synthetic chemicals. Always take things that support your own natural body's healing process, because your body can always heal itself and regenerate itself. So again, we need to listen to our body. When your body is telling you to get out of a situation and you just keep doing it, well, of course, you're going to have all that hypertension. When you just can't help but to watch the news constantly just to see what's going on, but you're feeling all of that tension, right? We have to be in control. We have to parent ourselves. We have to learn when our body is talking to us. Right? When your body is telling you to stop consuming negative energy that makes you in fear and we're not listening, well, your body's going to get worse and you're going to have more hypertension, more nervous system issues to really take you out of that situation. So you might end up on the couch or in bed for a couple of days. And so you're not having to watch the news, right? So always try to support the body and listen to what your body wants, right? And we can do this because moment by moment, check in. What are we feeling? We talk to someone on the phone. Okay, do we feel uplifted, supported by that conversation? Or do we feel more freaked out, more pissed off, right? We need to be the ones to constantly support and listen to our body and give it what it wants. Sometimes your body is going to want a lot of dense, heavy food. And so if you're someone that, eats very light, sometimes you're going to have a lot of grounding, heavy foods in order for your body to go, or for your energy to go further into the body. This will help you ground and help you, really process all that extra energy. And other times you're being asked to eat healthy, to eat very light. So you might want to do like a very light diet for a few days or a week. You might do a fast where you just drink purified water, spring water. Or you might do a juice fast or a smoothie fast, right? So your body's always talking to you. And sometimes we go through times where we are in a purge cycle, so we do need to support the body by eating less so our body can really catch up on all the toxins and all the overload that's blocking all this stuff and making you feel like you have, a lot more tension in the body instead of allowing it to flow. So other times we might be needing to eat heavy. And again, you might be needing a lot of sugar and things like that because that is your nervous system and your light body building. So you might need a lot of extra energy to recode your DNA, to build these geometry plasma fields in your energy bodies. So always listen to what you need. And again, if you are ever in doubt, you can go to the emergency room. You can go to a naturopath. Really, I recommend going to a naturopath or someone who knows, natural things like Chinese medicine, things like that, that can really give you, find out where you have your imbalances. Maybe you're needing some omega-3s as far as oils, essential oils. You might be needing vitamins, minerals. So best not to go, running to the ER unless you are in that state where you feel that it is an emergency. Because especially if we're empaths, we will pick up on all the energy in those situations as well. I know myself, I had a couple instances like that. But again, always listen to your body. So if you have to go get emergency help, do that. But it's best to get into a preventative mode so we don't get to that level. But again, there will be times where you are in that overload because we are really building very high frequency energies in our light body. So your nervous system will have so much more electricity going through it. You can feel like you're plugged into the wall and you can feel like you have a total current going through your body. That's me pretty much 24/7 at this point. And you can also be hearing a lot of high frequency tones or frequencies in your ears. So if your ears are ringing, it's not necessarily from tinnitus. We are hearing the music of the spheres, right? We are hearing those geometries that are our light body. And so what happens is we normally get an upgrade, and as we are integrating that higher frequency deeper into our core, we will hear loud, high-pitched sounds. It sounds like you're almost like floating through space, or like white noise. So again, I'm hearing it right now. So that is totally normal, but again, realize that when you're hearing that, it's typically because we haven't integrated that energy. So a lot of times it can get really loud because we are integrating such a high frequency that our body is not ready for. So again, your body needs you to support it. So you're going to want to support your body with a lot of light encoded food. So fresh vegetables, fruits, the freshest you can get, local, preferably from your local farmer's market. And you want to remove all of the chemical type stuff, right? All the processed food, all the stuff, right, that we love to eat, but really those are the things that are accumulating in your blood, that are accumulating in your system and not allowing these energies to flow freely. So try to remove anything that's not organic. And I don't mean organic, labeled. I mean things that are fake chemical food. Try to remove all that as much as you can, especially if you're having nervous system issues. And of course, deep breathing is one of the biggest things you can do for yourself, as well as stretching or yoga or qigong, right? Get the energy moving. So if you're always sitting on the couch or you're always sitting in this position on the computer, you have a lot of blockages because you literally have your bones that are not in alignment. So your energy can't run through your body easily, because your nervous system issues are always to do with energy being blocked because we don't allow it to just flow. So get yourself into a state of surrender, know that you're always safe, and support your body with what it needs. So other things that can help you are a salt bath every night, or listening to binaural beats, or different meditation musics, or crystal bowl healings, because all of that will tune your energy, tune your light body, and allow energy to flow easily. So you are literally merging with those frequencies that you're hearing, and you're becoming those higher, beautiful, crystalline plasma geometries. So when we can listen to high frequency music, then we merge with it, and you will find that energy flows through you. You will feel in your body more calmer, less in the head. So things like crystal healing can also help, right? So if you have, if you're guided to use crystals, make sure they're cleansed and purified, right? Run them underwater for a few minutes. You can also charge them in moonlight, sunlight, but use those crystals to support, again, those natural geometries that you're merging with. I have a really good meditation you guys can do, which is activate 1111 DNA codes. So check that out, and you can do that every single day, and that will build upon itself. You will feel more and more in your body, more calm, more stable, and that again will calm that nervous system. The vagus nerve, which is really the central column, your main nerve running through your body. Now that is a lot of reason why we have that tension. Again, that's due to Kundalini. So I'll be talking about Kundalini in a full video, probably 2 videos here coming up. So make sure you guys subscribe. If you like the video, please share it. Don't forget to like, comment, and we'll see you very soon. I'm Roxanne, Earth 1111. Thanks. Bye-bye.